it's Dusti Martin with Platinum Living Realty dropping in to give you your monthly market update for the town of Paradise Valley. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here and buckle up, let's go, because we're just going to drop right into it. Okay, our active listings in Paradise Valley are up almost 140% over this time last year, currently sitting at 199 listings, where last year, this time we only had 83. Our sold listings, however, are down 50.9% over this time last year, sitting at only 26, where versus, 53 were sold last year. Our median sale price per square foot, though, is still up 6.9% over this time last year. So our median price per square foot in Paradise Valley is sitting at $657.16. Last year, we were at only $614.88. Now, one of the things we've seen in Paradise Valley the last couple months is lots of new build homes that have been entered into the MLS and recorded as sold in a short amount of time now that they are complete. And so that, where people were bidding and paying and bargaining and trying whatever they could do to get a home in Paradise Valley during the hottest part of the market these last 2-3 years, those homes are now finally done and coming to fruition, and they're finally closing, because the way a construction loan works is you don't really close entirely until the home is ready to live in. Now that these homes are completed and these sales are being logged, that has artificially, in my opinion, inflated the year-over-year values in Paradise Valley. If you want to know what I'm talking about there, go ahead and take a listen or watch last month's video and the month before that. And I did a little bit of a deep dive on which homes sold and why and for how much, and why Paradise Valley was still seeing 30% year-over-year gains last month when the rest of the valley has either plateaued or even dropped 1% or 2%. So keep that in mind. However, with our median price per square foot still being up 6.9%, that's not a bad place to be. It's very close to having a reasonable historical average type appreciation. And to be honest, there are some cities this month that are showing losses year over year. So for Paradise Valley, it is still a great place to buy, a great place to invest, and a great place to be if you are a seller. However, with that said, our months of supply is up over 388% over this time last year, currently sitting at 7.65 months of supply. So that's very, very close to being a buyer's market as a whole. Technically, a buyer's market is 8 months or more worth of inventory, and here you are at over 7.5 months. So if it isn't technically a buyer's market, it is very close to it. And you are going to need to be very, very competitive if you're trying to sell your home in this market, in these conditions, and in this area. Now, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and watch to the end, because we are going to break down every price point in Paradise Valley to let you know where these are all falling in terms of inventory, and where is a buyer's market and where is a seller's market, because they're not all created equal. All right, our median days on market is down though. So our homes are selling for a little bit more, and they're selling a little bit faster than they were last year. And so our median days on market is down 13.1% over this time last year, currently sitting at 56 median days on market, which again is still a lot lower than the rest of the valley. And I attribute that to the fact that Paradise Valley is just a really, really great place to live, work, and buy a home. And so if people can afford to be in Paradise Valley, they're going to. And if they can't, they're going to get as close to it as they can. All right, so let's move over to the months of supply by price point. This is important whether you're looking to buy or sell. If you're looking to sell, this tells you how to price appropriately. If you're looking to buy, this tells you what you're up against out in the wild, as it were, when you go to make an offer. We're going to jump all the way down to the $300,000 to $500,000 price range, simply because there is no inventory, and there hasn't been for a long time in anything below that price point. So it just doesn't really exist. Our $300,000 to $500,000 price range, there were 9 homes available, only 1 sold. I have to say that is sitting surprisingly, in a buyer's market at 9 months worth of inventory in the $300,000 to $500,000 price range. I don't know if these are co-ops or condos that maybe need some love, or maybe everybody's just starting to list at once. I'm not sure what the gig is there, but that's not a normal trend for inventory levels of that price point in Paradise Valley. Usually it's very hard to get into Paradise Valley for anything under $1 million. So maybe I'll need to go back and look and see what exactly those homes are and why they're not selling. But like I said, you are in a buyer's market. If you are a buyer, be aggressive with your negotiations. If you are a seller, be aggressive with the pricing towards the lower end of the market. Do not shoot for aspirational pricing because it is going to sit. Then when we get to the $500,000 to $700,000 price range, there's 5 homes, a lot less, right? Like almost less than half, but still only 1 sold. And that leaves us with 5 months worth of inventory in that price range. So that's closer to an even, stable market that doesn't really benefit the buyer or the seller. If you are a seller, though, I still wouldn't expect list price offers unless you've already been very aggressive in pricing your home to begin with. We're going to skip over the $700,000 to $1 million price range. And it's not because there's no inventory. There is a little bit. There's about 6 properties there, but none of them sold last month. So we don't have anything to calculate. However, this time last year, there were no homes in that price range in Paradise Valley. So do we have anything to calculate? No, but we didn't have anything to calculate this time last year either. The only thing we do know is that there is a little bit of inventory this year in that price range where last year there wasn't. They just haven't sold yet. All right. So then we're going to look at our $1 to $3 million price range. This is entry level now in Paradise Valley. If you've been watching this channel for the last few years, you've watched it steadily creep up. Used to be 900,000 was the entry level, to get a gut job. Now you're looking at like $1 million just to pay to play the game. And you are currently sitting at 3.4 months of supply. That is a seller's market, pretty strong one. You should take about 3.5 months to sell your home, subtract 30 days. You should, to close the deal. So 2.5, 3 months. If you don't have good offers on your property in that amount of time, you need to figure out, do we even have enough showings? And you should be getting at least 10 good showings, solid separate showings a month on your property. And out of those 10 showings, you should get 1 solid offer, somewhere between 96 and 98% of list price. And if you're not, there's a good chance that you are way overpriced. If you want to know how that works, give me a call. I'll explain it to you. Then we're going to drop down to our $3 million price range and over. This is in a solid, very strong buyer's market at over 10 months of supply. Now, you should basically expect for it to take at least 9 months to sell your home in this price point right now, but you should also keep in mind that if you are going to be selling your home in this market, you need to make sure that that home is marketed and priced appropriately. And when I say marketed appropriately, I don't mean still print magazines that make you feel good that your home was in the magazine. Because guess what? Home shoppers don't look for homes that way. They look for homes online. They look for homes on Google and YouTube and third-party platforms that let them search. And those platforms, those websites all have their own algorithm. And the 2 largest search platforms in the world favor video. One is strictly video. So if your home doesn't have these things and doesn't have the proper photography and the videography in order to put your home in front of the most likely potential buyer, then your agent is doing it wrong. If you are relying on print magazines and maybe even local news channels that aren't being watched as much anymore, you need to have a come to Jesus moment and wonder, what is it there? You also need to be wary if you are interviewing agents and they're telling you that they're going to put your home in all these beautiful magazines. That's great. That's great. And maybe, if it's over 15, 20 million and it's expected to take over a year to sell, yeah, okay, maybe do that. But a lot of times these magazines, they don't even print until the home's already been sold. And so you don't want somebody to come into town 6 months or a year from now and find your home. You want to put that ad, that YouTube ad, that Google ad, whatever it is, you want it to sort to the top. You want it to be put in front of them as they are searching for a home online, because that's where 95% of all home searches start, not in the home decor and architectural digest magazines. So keep that in mind. That is also a red flag to look for if somebody's saying, this is what's going to sell your home, because it's not. And it hasn't sold homes that way for 30 years. If you're wondering what your home would sell for in today's market, or if you're thinking of buying a home in Paradise Valley, go ahead and give me a call at 480-717-9405 or visit my website at dustimartinrealtor.com.